Welcome, welcome. Come on in. My name is Liz. We are the Crafty Queens. I'm going to put you up just a little bit so my head's not as cut off. Good enough. I'm going to pull up comments down here just so I can see better. Yes, I would love to sign in with my pen. Yes, please. Thank you. We are going to make something weird. We're going to make something weird. I'm excited. Let's refresh. Who's got their coffee? I almost said Mama's got my coffee because that's how I talk to my kids. Oh, I need to get out more. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna pull up comments so I can see you guys as you come in. That ain't us. That ain't us. Oh, I need to refresh again, I guess. Hold on. Let's see. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. There we are. Hello, Kelsey, girl. Miss D's here. Hello, Patty. Luscious Locks is here. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna sweat now. Dang it, I was freezing. And I didn't want to put this on, and then I was like, I can't do it. Put it on. Now I'm sweating. All right, it's 9:15. So, just go with it. It's going to be lightweight, which is good. And you know those like shoe forms that are wood and legitimate that you can get at like flea markets and stuff? I can never find one for free, and so it's just too expensive. Hello, Miss Shannon. So I was throwing away a shoebox the other day because my husband goes through a bajillion pair of shoes a year. He's very hard on shoes with work. And so usually I just like, you know, take the packaging out and I put it into my shipping stuff for you guys, and then I throw away the box, right? And or I do something, we do Valentine's boxes, whatever. But this time, you guys, it had a shoe form in it. Okay, now we're gonna have to cover up the crazy because we don't need L or recycle or whatever showing up on our shoe form, but we're gonna make like a little decor piece that is shaped like a shoe form and isn't one. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. I've been working on vignettes and stuff lately and learning a lot about them, and some of them have those in it, and I think that that's a really cool shape, a really fun, different item to do and have. I hope all of his pair of shoes always come with this going forward, because otherwise I'm not buying them. Did I say hi to you, Miss Shannon? Hello, girl. Miss Tracy's here. Hey, girl. Hey, we're about to do this. We're going to use some coffee. We're going to use some cinnamon. This is like right up Tracy's alley. Hello, Miss Mary, girl. Miss Mary. That, I usually use this for you guys for shipping out orders, but we're going to open this one today and use it down here. Because it's like the perfect color already. Daughter like her art. Kelsey, are you sitting down? She went like this. Now she loved, I will say, she loved the other stuff. I still have not posted that. You guys, I'm behind, but I'm getting caught up. Believe it or not, it's happening. I need to post a few thousand things. But I'm gonna take a few of these out. She got home with the 50s chicks, you know, that we did the other day on Tuesday. And I was so excited. I was like, come here, come here. And I had them all laid out for her all sweetly and stuff. And she comes over and she looks at them. And the day before, when I had done her Wednesday ones and her pastel ones that I'm going to show you, she was like freaking out, hugging me. Hello, Miss Linda. Good morning, girl. She was, hi, Miss Carol. Miss Pamela's here. I hope y'all are having a good week. She was freaking out. This day, she was quiet. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she didn't care for them too much. But I said, if they're not your favorite thing ever and you don't want them in your bedroom, we could put them in that bathroom you've been getting ready in. I'm going to crinkle these a few times. And she's like, yeah, they can go in there. Like that way I don't see them all the time. I was like, okay. I'm only going to do like 2 of these. These are actually pretty big pieces. I'm going to pull it out. It really doesn't matter if you tear it, because I'm guessing we're going to have to tear it. Shoe insert pieces some time ago, was unsure what to do with them. Girl, we're about to try it. I hope it looks good. I don't know. Good morning, Miss Anita. We're about to try and see. I just seen the shape, and like I said, I've had vignettes in my head lately, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Screw it. If it doesn't work out, guess what? We could throw it away. We could throw it away. Act like it never happened. All right, I'm going to start with this one, and then I'm going to do the same thing with another one. Kind of like what you do with brown paper sacks when you're going to craft with them sometimes if you want them to be like more fabricy. Hello, Miss Pat. I was laughing at your height stuff in Mary's live. You and Miss Sheila. Yeah, when I went this year, I got established with a new doctor because my doctor since I was 9 retired. And then I get established with my husband's doctor who's also 107 years old. So I don't know why I did that. Good morning, Miss Brenda, because I'm going to have to find a new doctor again. But I did. He's so sweet. And he was like, you're 5'3". And I was like, no, I'm 5'4", sir. He's like, you're 5'3", ma'am. I'm like, I'm 5'4", and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I was like, at one point in my life, I was 5'4". The doctor said so. So we're going with the highest option. Okay, so I think that's about goodish, okay? I'm going to set these others to the side. I thought I would need a lot more than this, but we'll see. You might not. This is going to drive me bonkers the whole live, so we're going to set you right over there. All right, now while we're getting ready to Mod Podge this, I'm going to Squirrel, and we're going to use some water-based polyacrylic, but for this particular project, you could use oil-based yellows. Water-based does not. So I like the yellowing, like we're going to be trying to get it to look aged in yellow. So you could use either one for this, but it's polyacrylic is the point. And then I'm going to use some instant coffee. Instant, so it's more like powdery. I don't have a scooper down here, so we're going to dump. Hello, Jeanette. Good morning, girl. You're 5'2". Who are you? Shut up, Carol. Don't tell my secret. Good morning, Miss Brenda. Anita's here. Oh, Miss Carol, I hope this works out so you have something good to do, girl. I'm going to put some in here. I don't measure. You measure with your heart. I forget who said that. And then we do have cinnamon off to the side. Cinnamon. And we're going to stir this with a popsicle stick if I'm smart. But I don't think I brought any over here. So we're going to start with the palette knife. Okay? I'm going to start with the palette knife. And that way this coffee can start staining. Like turning into a stain. So the polyacrylic is super watery and smelly. And then this is just going to turn it into a stain, okay? So I've got that. We've got the cinnamon and we've got that. And I think I'm going to start with all of this. That's what we're going to do. And if we need something else, I have paint as well. But I think I'm going to start with this. Definitely not 5'4". I need new friends. I'm taking applications because my old friends didn't believe me when I told them I was 5'4". Mississippi in the house. Hello, Miss Lisa girl. How hot is it in Mississippi right now? Because it's sunny and beautiful in Ohio, but it's also stinking like 30 degrees. It's very deceiving. Okay, so see? And now we're going to take this and we're going to take some Mood Pooge. And hello, Mara. How are you? Miss Donna, hi, how are you, girl? How you feeling today? And I'm going to take this. I'm going to set over here. I'm going to use some take a scraggly old feller. And I'm going to go over I'm not worried about the bottom. There really is no bottom. But I'm not going to do all of this work on the bottom, I don't think. Unless it looks real wonky when I'm done, then I will. But for today's live, because we have 45 minutes, I shall be working and focusing on the top. Watch, now that I am making this, I will find one of those real wood heavy ones for like $1 tomorrow. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. It'll float right by my face and I'll throw something because, you know, I always see them, but they're always so high priced. I'm trying to remember the exact prices I've seen them. I think $3 is high price. Oh, good, Miss Donna. I'm so glad. For open friend position, Kelsey. I'll get a job form ready, girl. I'll have you submit that, okay? Cold to be April. Right, Jeanette? How is it where you are? I don't know the actual temperature. I should have probably looked today. I don't even think I always look because my car says it. 70 in Texas. Oh, Cindy, I'm jealous. Delivering eggs. Are you really? Are eggs $8 for a stinking dozen where you live in Kentucky? Because they are here. You will work that. Thank you, Miss Carol. It's a lot. Denise is like, you might want to talk to me first so you know what you're signing up for, girl. Hello, Miss Robbie. How are you? Actually, you know what, y'all? Because we're about to make a mess and a half, I'm going to put some parchment paper down just because I don't want all my stuff sticking, because I really don't know where all this shoe is going to touch. So that way, you know, my soul is safe. Hello, Miss Lori. 61 to 80. Okay, it's about to be 60 today. I looked at the hourly because I want to go walk around 1 or 2, and I wanted to see if it was going to be raining or not. But do you think I looked at what it is now? You have no idea. You guys are making this really hard to find new friends. Okay, so I'm going to quit fingering it up any minute now. And then we are going to... You know, hang on a minute. Hold on. Let me think about my life. Okay, so I think what I need to do, you guys, is actually put it like a half an inch on the inside all around, because I'm thinking I'm going to want to like wrap this, I think is how it would work. So we'll put it there, and if we don't use it, guess what? Nobody's going to see it. And it dries clear anyhow. But I think I will need to like wrap it. Spanky. Miss Mary's got me all excited now to start some patriotic crafts. I always enjoy patriotic crafts. I don't know why. They're so fun. But I love those ones. Okay. All right. Well, let me see here. I'm going to try not to have any puddles. But that way I can wrap it if I need to. It's there. And then I'm going to set it back over this way and fix all my boo-boos I just put in there. The wind has given us a, has it, was that Mary? 98? What? Shut the front door. Missing the front. Oh, thank you, girl. If I miss y'all's comments, I'm not trying to be rude, I will go back and definitely catch up. I got FOMO right now. Hold on. Let me make sure I deliver a dozen. $4.50, 18 count for $6. Miss Tracy, I'm in Ohio, and you already have my address, girl. I'm in Ohio, and I'll be home till 2 today. You're in Kentucky. You could be here in like 5 hours. I don't know where you are in Kentucky, but I go to Ashland all the time. My papa lives there, or around there. The kids love it when they can say they've been to 3 states in one day, because it's like where Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky all meet. Okay. Now, quit talking and focus, girl. Let me see. I don't know. Should I try it all in one piece? I mean, if it don't work, we can take it off, right? And it's going to leave wrinkles, but we wrinkled it. Do you deliver to Connecticut? So one of the Girl Scout moms was sitting there talking about how she has eggs and she don't know what to do with them. I'm like, sell them, hello, and sell them for like, you know, $6 instead of $8, and you'll be rich by the end of the week. It's on the other end of Kentucky. Nice try. Dang it. Girls gotta try. Girls gots to try. Okay. All right, I am going to piecemeal like right here. I'll show y'all. Just right here where you can see that logo or that recycle thing coming through. I think is which that one is. But pretty darn good otherwise. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut up some of this off. And like I said, I'm going to leave about a ½ inch around here. And we'll just tuck her under, and then we will piecemeal that little spot right there. And we'll be covering stuff with coffee and cinnamon and all that anyways. In Ohio. Are you really, Anita? You're like 2 hours north of me, girl. My biological mom actually used to live in Akron. So we used to drop my brother off there when I was a kid. And then, how far are you from like Cedar Point and stuff? I've been to a lot of military bases around Ohio too, so I don't know, but I know I've driven past and through the Canton, Akron area a million times. Okay. So now what? I need gloves. Okay. Look at us doing hard stuff. You're south of her. Are you really? So you're like north of me by like only an hour? I've been there. I live in South Point. No, you don't. Katrina, are you serious? Oh my goodness. I am like, that's where my papa lives. He lives in South Point and he's the Leatherman. Have you ever been to the Chesapeake Flea Market? He's known as Buckskin Dave down there, but he's the Leatherman in that flea market. He's been there my whole life, I think. Maybe when I was 2 or 3 he got there. And he used to be at a different flea market, but I don't remember the name of it right now. I don't remember the name of that older one because I was so young. But that's where he has been for 30-some years. Okay. Okay, all right, okay. That looks crazy, but you know, wherever we don't like it, we can piecemeal it. So now I'm gonna put a layer of I'm gonna dry this for a second. Put a layer of the, see. I'm gonna dry it, then we're gonna see. Because I kind of want to put a layer of Mod Podge on the top, piece together a couple places, and go under here and make sure this is all good. And I think it'll be fine. Yeah, everybody knows him down there. We can't go anywhere. I mean, we've gone to cabins like an hour from his house and everyone knows him. If you say Buckskin Dave or the Leatherman, that's who he is down there. He just turned 80. I just went down to see him. So I'm 3 hours north of him, but it feels like forever when he's 80. I want to be right next door. Cedar Point is about 3 hours west of me. Okay. Okay, so it is over there. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I've been doing too much. I've been up to Cleveland for birthdays and stuff. And I've been to Cedar Point several times. And I've been to a lot of military bases around like these 5 connecting states. So sometimes I don't know what I've seen there, but I've seen that sign. It is a small world. Pam, okay, so, as the Leatherman, yeah. So, and his wife is the popcorn lady. He married her after my grandma passed away. Hi, Bridge. That's my girl, Bridge. She's about an hour from me, guys. I grew up with Bridget. What was I gonna tell you? Pam, so I'm at a oil change place, and I love this oil change place that they just built a year or 2 ago by my house, because it's by my house, and also, it's a bunch of 20-year-old kids, right? I don't know, 15, 20, whatever they are. And you would think that would be terrible. These are the sweetest children that you will ever meet in your entire lives. They're so respectful and so kind and so sweet. And they don't gouge you or nothing like that, right? So I'm going there for my upteenth time, and about 6 months ago now. And I'm talking to the dude, because they talk to you. You would not know. If you didn't see these people, you'd think they were 70, because they are so sweet. And so they talk to you and everything, right? And so he's like, how's your day? Blah, blah, blah. Somehow we get on the subject of where we're from. I have no clue. I blacked out. And he goes, I'm from around the Huntington, West Virginia area. And blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, I go down there to see my papa. But he's in Ohio. He's in the southernmost point of Ohio, South Point. And he works at the Chesapeake Flea Market. This is 10 minutes from my house, 3 hours north of where he's from. And he's like, wait, is your papa's name Dave? Are you really dating? That's awesome. And I was like, yes. And he's like, wait. He's like, Buckskin Dave is your papa? I'm like, yes. He's like, so you're Elizabeth? I'm like, yes. He's like, oh my God, I've been going to him since I was a little kid. I'm like, I know, everybody has. Everybody does. He goes, so I'm actually from South Point, but I never say that because it's so small. Nobody knows what it is. So I just say Huntington, West Virginia. I'm like, yep. Yep. So how crazy is that? And he's like 20, and he even knows my papa. Small world, I tell you. My papa was trying to get me into some leather business, but ain't nobody trying to fill those shoes. Because those shoes are a lot bigger than these shoes. They're about 20,000 times the size. It would be terrifying to try to fill those shoes. But he does try to get me all the time. Isn't that crazy? I thought that was really cool. He's like, yeah, my family and I go through there every time we're in Chesapeake. We go and stop and see him. Somebody always needs something leather done, right? Like a purse strap or a keychain or a belt or whatever. He's always doing that stuff. He does holsters and stuff too for different things that I'm not gonna say on a live. But he does really beautiful work, and obviously he's good at it after doing it for, I guess he found, he was working at a shoe place. Guys, it is, right, Miss Mary? I'm late, but I made it. That's okay, Miss Mel. Don't be running with your scissors, girl. I'm tardy. Well, you can get your, is it pink slip or yellow slip on the way out the door? All right, I'm going to piece this because I want to cover up this logo. This is looking better now, but it's, we'll see. But yeah, I thought that was nuts. I was like, that is freaking awesome. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. But yeah, he goes, what kind of crafts are you doing? He always is asking me about this kind of stuff because he's obviously very creative too. And so I always tell him what I'm into. And he's sent me a hole punch down there. And every time I use the faux leather, he yells at me. He's like, that's not genuine. I know. Leather items from he's the best man in the entire world. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Or I mean, am I right or am I right? Definitely not wrong. Good morning, Miss Gina. How are you? I'm so glad you're here, girl. Here we go. He's the sweetest thing in the world. So I have to post a picture of him now that I'm telling his whole life story. But he's got a belly and he's got a beard, okay, guys? And he has a toy shop, right? So this little girl comes through there. It's probably been 10 or 15 years ago now. And she comes through there with her mama, and it's around Christmas time, and she freaks out because she's like around kindergarten age, and she thinks it's Santa working in his toy shop. So what does Papa do? I did a jar, and the best napkins to use there are McDonald's. Really? I use one of these to paint like a turquoise leprechaun. Stop, Lisa. Miss Diane, good morning. That would be cool. Okay, is there anywhere else? I think the rest of this crazy is going to get covered up with color, so I'm going to stop. Okay. But, so Pawpaw, you know what he does is, he goes out there, he embodies it, okay? He's like with it. Yes, ma'am, I'm Santa. What would you like for Christmas? And he has a little bench on the outside there that people just sit on while they're waiting for their order, or they can go walk around or whatever, right? And so he has a little bench on the outside of his booth. And he goes out there, he puts her on his lap, and he's talking to her like he's Santa. He's ho, 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 and the whole nine. The whole thing. And she tells him, and she's got a list, because they always do. And he gives the mom $50 when the little girl wasn't looking so that she could go get some of the stuff on that list. And he don't tell that story, but I tell it because I thought it was the sweetest thing in the world. Okay. Because he could have definitely been like, girl, I ain't no Santa Claus. But he didn't do that to her. Okay, so let's try stippling, shall we? I mean, we got wrinkles, why not? Okay. I think this is going to be cool. Now I want to get another one and do leather on it so I can get yelled at. I know, right, Jamie? I think I love his stories. And it's funny because everybody down there has a nickname, okay? And Uncle Dunkle used to sell, this is at a flea market. He used to sell across the booth from my papa. He's long gone by now. I hate that. And he had banjos and stuff. And I'd go, and he had a little swing, like a wooden swing in his booth that he'd sit in and play the music, bring the people, they'd buy the stuff, right? And I'm going to switch, guys, while I'm yakking. And I'm going to stir this up. This is polyacrylic and instant coffee if you weren't here. And I used to go over there and sit with them. Like, I remember sitting there swinging and my feet couldn't even touch the ground. So I was little, and he would always give me money, and my papa would always go over there and give him heck. Like, you don't need to. Oh, he is Miss Mary. If my application is, yes, Kelsia. Road trip, girl. If my application is approved. You got me all flustered now. But, yep. Yeah, He's the best. He's the best in the world. He is the best in the world. He had a cabin that we were always doing up to something. We were always outside. Animals, cabin, whatever. All right, we're going to do this. This is from Dollar Tree, if I didn't say that, sorry. And we're going to get a dry paper towel. Don't let me lose track of time, y'all. You're talking about pawpaw, I could go on for days. It's 9:40. I think I have 20 minutes. Look at this go. I'm going to get this here. I'm going to just dip her in. Get some excess off. And then I got a dry paper towel here, and I'll try to do it where y'all can see. I'm just going to get off some excess. I'm going to do some of this while it's wet, and then we'll probably dry it and do some other layers too. That ain't going to do too much, is it? And I did it. I had it soaking. Yeah, we're going to dry this first. New plan. I'm going to dry it first. I'll have to get it live next time. I do want to go live down there. I do. I want to. I also struggle because I don't want to miss a second. And yeah. So that's why I have never, because when I go down there, I'm just infatuated with him. So I don't want to miss a second. But I do want to go live down there. And I kind of appreciate it a little more now because after my grandma passed away, he actually shut down his leather shop for a while. He would do like a piece here or there just for friends and family and people that would contact him at his house. Like his middle bedroom is a leather shop too. And as he's gotten older, he's needed to like have more time to work on larger pieces and stuff. So he takes some of his work home. And he was only doing that for a little while. So when he reopened his booth, I was so happy. I was so happy. Okay. That should be goodish enough. I mean, it's a lot of Mod Podge, so it's going to be soggy, but I just want to try to be able to get some color to lay on top. If this doesn't work, what we'll do is switch to some brown paint, and then we'll do this on top later just to add some more texture. Okay. Yeah, I think I am going to. It's like kind of all the same color. It is giving me a little of what I want. I mean, this is, I guess, the color I'm trying to end up with-ish. But I might do a little brown paint and some water. I might. He is 3 hours south of me. And so we get there, not often enough. I mean, I would go every day. So, we get there a couple times a year. I always go. So my birthday is February 27th and his is March. Hold on. My grandma was March 16th, and I think he's March 14th. He's either the 14th or 16th. Okay, I don't know. I have it in my calendar for a reason. And so that's always what I want for my birthday is to go see Papa. So we get down there then, and then we try to go in the summer at least once, and then we go, sometimes we go in the winters, but winters in Ohio can be crazy or they can be fine. So, and then next summer, we're going to take a trip to the cabin because he needs a vacation. Yes, and we're going to add some cinnamon too. All right, so I've got some brown paint and water. Let me see what this does. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I wanted like some different colors through here. I didn't want it to all be the same color because I feel like that adds to the texture when you have some different stuff happening. Okay, so maybe like down here especially. And once this dries tomorrow, I will likely come back when all this is like hardened and I'll add some wax to get down in all this too, and it'll age it up even better. But for now, we're gonna just do what we can for 17 more minutes. Okay, so I think down here would be real dark. If I was a shoe form, where would I be dark? I think this is pretty good with that. Okay, let me dry this. And then we're gonna put our mixture on and add some cinnamon and coffee. I use instant coffee because it's already like powder. And I just get my ground cinnamon from Dollar Tree. I do have this bigger one because when I did the math, it was actually cheaper to do it this way. This one's from Walmart, but again, just instant cheap coffee. Because all you're needing it for is the color and the texture. I'm glad we wrapped that because I do like it. Okay. That should be dry enough to keep on trucking. 16 minutes. All right. So now I'm going to do the same thing. Get some of it off. And I'm trying to leave some of this original paper showing through. But yeah, I think like the more, I really do need gloves. The more texture and colors and stuff you can add, the better. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to put a little bit more in the spots that I'm going to be dropping some cinnamon and coffee. So it'll be kind of gunky down in there. And like right in here looks like a real rough spot, and then maybe like the toe. So let's start there and see what we get. This shoe form is from a piece of shoes, a pair of shoes that my honey got. One moment. And I was throwing away the box, and I always take out the packaging to put it in my shipping stuff for the sales that we have for the page. And it was a shoe form. I was like, what? So I kind of hope that all of the shoes he ever gets now will have that. Where did I put it? I put it here. There we be. And I put some here. So it just came out of a pair of shoes. And honestly, if you buy a pair of shoes, I'm sure they'll give you one for free. Got me breakfast at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru right now. Are you? Is that? Okay, hold on. Chick-fil-A. I always get that one and the one with the toast mixed up. But Cody likes the one with the toast. And the other one, the one with the drive-thru, where they have their people standing out there, when it's like winter in Ohio, I'm like, why do you do that to your people? But I don't know if I'm getting them mixed up or not. Okay, so now we're going to put some more of this polyacrylic coffee mixture. And then we're going to dump some coffee, some actual coffee, not the mix, right on there. And we're just trying to make this rusty, crusty goodness, grungy. That's why I said when I saw Tracy's name, I'm like, this is right up for, we're about to use coffee and cinnamon, all the good stuff. Okay. All right, let me dry it on low real quick. Hopefully don't move a bunch of stuff. And then I can get off the excess. Or we're gonna do that backwards. I love the chicken burrito. Is it good? They do that nationwide. Chick-fil-A always has a line. Do they really? I went there once. It was years ago, and I was standing out there freezing, and so I knew that these people were freezing. And I was like, why are you guys standing out here? I thought their thing, I didn't know how it operated like that regularly. And I thought their little drive-through like speaker menu thing was broke. And she's like, no, that's just what we do. I was like, oh, okay, girl. I'm good. Just listen. I'm putting it here because it's going to make my heart happy. Nobody's ever going to see it but me, but I'll know it's there. All right. Turn her over. And then I'm all set her there. Okay. That's like coffee and cinnamon now, but whatever. And see kind of how it's starting to like rust and crust up in different areas. The lighter is the cinnamon and the dark bubbly is the coffee. FYI. So wherever you want certain looks, that's where you put your stuff. And then I'm gonna put, how we doing? 12 minutes? Okay, we got this. We're good. Show why Chick-fil-A always has a line. We have multiple. Do you really? I've been once years ago, and I didn't go again. I don't even know what I got or if it was good. I couldn't even tell you. But my husband likes places like that. So I bet he's been. But I was like, wait, what? I thought their stuff was broken. When she said, no, this is how we operate. I was like, oh. I was like, you're 16. You need to be warm. Do they really? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is crazy town. Yeah, when I went, I was the only one, but it was like a weird time, I bet. Because I'm always out running errands and stuff when other people aren't because I don't want the traffic. So it must have been at a weird time. Okay. And then we're going to drop a little bit. This is just straight coffee. I put the cinnamon coffee mixture in there. And then we're just going to drop a little bit. And you could do as many layers of this as you want. You could use paint if you don't like the texture. Just use paint colors. Get you some browns and tans out. Mix them with some blacks or whites or something. So you have several different ones. You can make it look that way. You could also do this white. Okay, I think this would be really pretty because I had some white tissue paper too. I need 7 more of these. This is awesome. But I had some white too. I almost did that and painted it white and then did brown antique wax on top of it and black. I bet you. And blend that all out. I think that'd be really pretty. 7 brews. What else have 7 brews? I've never heard of that one. We do have Starbucks. We have a thing called Caribou Coffee. I love it. I love it. And I love the price of it too. But I haven't been in there either because once you know how to make your coffee from home and you get a life-changing frother, you don't need nobody else's coffee. Hi Tony, how are you, girl? I know I probably missed comments, y'all, because y'all got me on a rant about Papa David. So it's your fault. But I'll go back. I'm trying to get this to hold on. I'm trying to get this to heat up and show y'all. We got 9 minutes. We're good. Why did I put that lid on? I'm just gonna throw whatever will go in there. So I'm trying to get this to heat up a little bit to kind of show you the griminess. Now I can get a little closer. How cool are these? I'm not buying shoes anymore unless they have a shoe form in them. I'll be taking the shoe form out of the other box. I'll be one of those people. Shoe insert. You're going to oh, that'd be really pretty too. So Miss Karen, I have a bunch of old, my father-in-law dug up this real crusty bottle. I have an old scale over there. I have some glass pieces and some pitchers and that. Pitcher, with the T. Not picture, but pitcher. And different things. So I've got some stuff over there, and I think it might become part of my display. With the way that the form is and stuff, I don't think I would sell these unless I found a way to make them a little more sturdier, which I'm sure you could do. I bet if you covered all this with joint compound or some sort of plaster or something, you could make it a little more sturdier, and then I'd feel more comfortable. But I thought it was a cool shape just to have in your display or a vignette, and then you don't have to, and it's lightweight, so you don't have to have one of those heavier shoes or buy one of those heavier shoe forms that are wood and metal. You could have this. Okay, so we've got all the things, okay? We started with a shoe form from a shoebox, if you're just hopping on. Don't look at that side. And we did Mod Podge and tissue paper and some paint and water and some cinnamon and coffee, instant coffee. We also had a mixture of polyacrylic and coffee that was like a stain, just to have some of our stuff grab onto. You could also do Mod Podge and instant coffee. That would be fine too. Just so that as you're adding your layers, you've got something that'll kind of stick to. You could put a hole right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you could put a hole right here. And, because, I mean, you could probably still do it even. But you could put a hole there and put, like, some greenery coming out. You could put this, I don't know, around some greenery or in some things. I think I'm going to leave it for my display because I've got other rusty crusty things in there, like glass and wood and silver and stuff, that I think it'll look really pretty when I'm taking pictures of our crafts, just to be a new, fun, cool shape in there until I get sick of looking at it, you know what I mean? Tomorrow, I'm going to let this sit because we just did a lot to it. And then tomorrow, thanks, Miss Carol. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate that. Tomorrow, I do believe I shall spray this with some black paint and water. I don't know why. That's what's happening. But I feel like it will make it look even better. It'll just add a little bit more depth. It's not going to be a lot, but it'll kind of grab into some of those places and wrinkles and, like, you know what I mean, like indents. And I think it'll just be prettier. It'll just add something. So that's what I'll probably do tomorrow. But I am going to let this sit. It's pretty, oh, I don't know, gummy is how I would describe it right now. But I'll try to show you all close here. But that's what you get. You could, if you wanted to, make this look like an actual shoe, which I was trying to make it look more like a shoe form. But if you wanted it to look like a shoe, you could put your twine or rope here and crisscross it, or actual laces even if you wanted to. And if you wanted them to like be under all this, you could do it under all this too, and put your tissue paper on top or joint compound on top or whatever, so that you still have like that indentation of where it was supposed to be. Thank you, Miss Karen. I do too. Thanks, Robbie. I appreciate that. Yes, guys, if you like a different style, there's a lot cleaner ways to do this to make it look. You could even try to make it look like wood, like one of the actual wood ones. It does look like Cinnamon Toast. Thank you, Miss Pam. I appreciate that. Thanks, Tony. Oh, I got a long one I gotta read. Good morning, Miss Brenda girl. Fluid container, not a photo holder. Oh, you could do that. You could do fluid container. You could put a hole in here, and you could put some like rusty wire or something, and you could twist it, guys, and you could put a little black and white photo in here. These are photo holders now. Oh my God, I love that idea. Love Dunkies. 7 Brew girl, but I'm a Dunkin' girl. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if I should say it, but guys, I had Dunkin' coffee one time. It will never happen again. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. But also, like I said, I make my coffee at home and I love it. Okay, am I good? Love the creativity. Oh, thanks, Miss Shannon. Thanks, Miss Mary girl. Miss Mary, I live in Ohio. You can just send that project right over. Could a small pot of succulents be mounted on the heel? Oh, yes. You could cut this out, you guys. That's the beauty of it being this, like, cardboard type. It almost is like paper mache type. Is like you could put a hole anywhere you wanted and do something cool with it. You could hang this. I don't know, would you? I don't know, but you could hang it. I just think it's a fun shape to work with, and I was throwing away that box and taking the packaging out, and I'm like, wait a minute. Hello, Miss Kim. Hello, girl. Let's see. I was referring you saying picture not, but yeah. This is a Caribou coffee for me. Yuck. Pure sugar cane. Really? At Caribou? Oh my gosh, that's funny. I used to get Caribou, but I will tell you, I used to get like the dessert. I was like 20-ish, 25, something like that. I used to get like the desserty ones, so it was pretty much sugar with the splash of coffee, so I loved it. No, there wasn't two, Karen. I was looking, you know, I was in that box, right? Put my whole body in there, nothing. Thank you, Diane. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm gonna go wash up now and let this dry. And like I said, I think I need to add black in here. And I think because I want to keep the texture, it will be a spray bottle with some paint and water because I don't want to rub off or smooth off any of this. So I don't think it's gonna be wax or anything like that. But I'll do that tomorrow, and then I'll get a picture over there with my display and have it setting up with a bunch of other goodies so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. But I think it'll be fun. I think it's fun. If you guys make one, I want to see it. So it is almost 10 o'clock. Let's go see who's next on Craft Around the I don't even know what I said. You were so funny. I will see you guys on Tuesday around 9 a.m. I always text Telegram and the broadcast, the broadcast channel and Messenger app when I'm going live, but usually it's between 8:30 and 9:30 in the mornings on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. That's Eastern time. Hello, Miss Doris. How are you, girl? This is what we did today, Miss Doris, and I'll hop off so you can watch the replay if you want. But so many different ideas, y'all. So many different ideas. Thank you, Miss Karen. I appreciate that. Thanks for sprinkling, girl. All right, guys, let's go check out who's next on Craft Around the Clock, and I will see y'all on Tuesday. Bye. Have a good one.